Okay. So profitable niches that rely on 3D. Okay, so these are some of the niches that are most like useful, that they use more 3D services. Okay, so let's dive into it. So first of all, technology products. Examples of industries. So this is an idea of a lot of niches that you can choose. Okay, regarding your and on the next video, I will guide you through how you can choose a niche and a specific document so you can fill out to understand what is the best niche for you. Okay, so technology products. So smartphone, laptops, smartwatches, VR headset, drones, everything related to technology and product launches and all that. So that's one typical niche that is super filled with 3D all the time, but this is on demand all the time. It's on demand because every time that someone is starting and launching a new product, they need content, and the best content that you can do for this is 3D. Okay, so how they use 3D animation. So demonstrating product features such as internal components and functionality, right? This is something that you cannot do with video. Of course, right? This is super important to understand and to look really good. Meanwhile, you're seeing the specs and the internal parts and all that. So creating sleek, futuristic visual for product launches is pretty evident, right? And then highlighting design details like materials and finishes. In this, Apple use this a lot when they see this like slick, beautiful 3D rendering from the borders and the materials and everything. They give you the the feeling that I want to have this because it looks so good. So they use 3D animation a lot. So this is a pretty good niche. Okay, so these are some examples of internal parts and why 3D is super important in this field. Super important. Okay, so the other one, automotive industry, right? So examples, right? Cars, motorcycles, electric vehicles, automotive parts, and everything related with transportation, basically trucks and everything. So how they use 3D animation? Of course, they're showcasing the product performance, right? Like new models, velocity, internal parts, and the aerodynamics, the engines, everything related to the cars. Then creating virtual tools for vehicle interiors. Like with 3D, you can also create an Unreal and some other platforms. You can create interactive elements, interactive applications that you can change the color or you can change things inside the vehicle. So that's the interactive in real time. That is super great niche also. Advertising new features like autonomous driving or eco-friendly technology, right? It's almost like advertising for auto parts. And we talk about why it's super important to niche down and why it's super important to look as an expert for niching down. Okay, so examples of the Volvo. This is the man versus machine one. They did all the Volvo website, and this is also inside the website, so you can see that it's pretty useful for companies to have 3D inside their pipeline. So consumer electronics is not the same as technology product. This is more about everyday things like headphones, speakers, gaming consoles, home appliance, like consumer electronics. It's a little similar, but it has some subtle differences. Because you can demonstrate sound quality, portability, interactive features. Again, showing product usage scenarios in immersive environments. This is also, how they work in your living room, how they work in your room, how they work, in the patio, or how they work in the kitchen or whatever, right? Highlighting unique selling points like durability or advanced technology. Same thing, like showing the benefits and showing like to the people why is this important for them, for the consumer, right? Okay, so the next one, and this is some examples, right? Some washing machine, some technology every day, some for doing massage. To see how 3D is so more engaging than just a photo, because you can play a lot with the design also on the element. So this is a great niche. So healthcare and medical devices, that's a different niche. And why? I mean, technically this is the same. All the niches in 3D are the same if you are a 3D designer. But why it's important to choose them? Because you need to talk to your avatar. You need to talk to the person, because someone that is selling medical devices is so much different than someone is selling cars. So niching down is about to understand what avatar are you talking to and be more effective and position yourself as an expert inside that field. Make sense? Okay, so examples. So wearable health devices, medical equipment, diagnosis tools, right? So how they use 3D animation. Visualizing how device function internally, again, it's almost like the same perspective in terms of design in 3D, but again, it's important to niche down because you need to be the expert, the 3D guy for medical devices, and you are the best of that. Make sense? And that's when you can charge a lot of money. Creating educational videos to explain complex medical processes, right? It's like it's not the same. You need to understand science a little bit, and you need to be super aware of things, right? So advertising innovative solution for healthcare professionals and consumers, right? Pretty self-explanatory. So some examples, right? Human body, cells, right? Why 3D is super important to these things. Also these machines, that this is really great. Okay. So real estate and architecture, of course, right? Examples: luxury homes, commercial spaces, urban developments. The same. It's like you can do the same thing technically, but the uses and the thinking about what you say, what messages do you say in your marketing is different when you choose a different niche. Okay, so creating virtual walkthrough and flyovers of properties, right? Like you see the things before they exist, basically. Showcasing future project with photorealistic renders, right? Same thing. So highlighting unique architectural feature and layout. And also this is the interactive part of 3D is playing a huge role into this. Because when you not only offer, render and video, and you offer interactive things like interactive walkthroughs and basically that's a whole package. And people can have more engaging, there will be more engaging if you mix both. Okay, so these are some examples, right? They need to see all the real estate and all the people that build, buildings, houses, whatever, luxury homes and all that, they need to visualize this first. So this is a pretty great niche. This is a wonderful thing to do. There's a lot of companies doing that, and it's really good. Okay, so beverage and food brands, even that, and it's curious because even in all these niches you have sub niches. So imagine if you don't do just beverage and food brands, you do just energy drinks. Okay, so examples: energy drinks, coffee brands, packaged foods, alcohol brands. So each of these can be a sub niche, and it's amazing because in the energy drinks you have just in the US you have almost like 400 companies, and doing the calculations you only need probably between 10 and 15 clients per year. That's the only thing you need. So if you're sub niche and you are the guy, the expert 3D for energy drinks, you have 400 just in the US, 400 companies, and you just need from 10 to 15 clients per year. Crazy. Okay, so how do you 3D animation? Creating dynamic product shots for ads and social media, right? Like fruits and liquids flying and all of that video cannot do. Visualizing ingredients and freshness in creative ways, right? Highlighting packaging design and product placement. For you and for me, right? Understand 3D is so in the everyday basis that we don't have any doubts for it. But there's a lot of clients, and trust me, a lot of clients that they don't think about 3D when they do products. They just think about photos and videos yet. Right? Like they don't have the switch to understand the most effectiveness in the production that 3D offers them. And that's something that you and I, we understand that. There's a lot of people that don't understand the benefits of doing 3D yet. A lot of them. And it's your mission to just say in your social, say in your post, why is 3D is important, right? And why and what business problem they solve. They save money. They save money and they have more flexibility, and the asset can long forever, right? Okay, so this is some examples. Of course, is pretty self-explanatory, but 3D is like the king here. Okay, e-commerce and retail. Examples like online stores, clothing brands, furniture brands, right? So how they use 3D animation: rotating product view for online stores, so you can use GLB or whatever interactive 3D formats for stores. Imagine if and I have in the past rooms to go, they want to create furnitures and they need like 1,000 pieces. So you can have just one client for 5 years and you will be okay with this. Okay. Yeah. So rotating product view for online store, creating lifestyles animation showing products in use, right? Design immersive product showing case for AR experiences. This is when AR and VR start to getting really interesting. And that, I think that's a skill that you as a 3D designer need to be, you want to develop these skills. And it's not so much time, probably between 3 and 6 months to learn these tools. But trust me, you can deliver a whole different package when you offer 3D, VR, AR for your clients, okay, in the same niche, right? Okay, so these are some examples, right? Clothing, really cool, environments, furniture and all that. Okay, so gaming industry, this is interesting. So examples like video games, of course, gaming accessories, and esports events. So virtual world are more bigger every day, and they need assets. I work with a metaverse company called Surreal, and they need assets all the time. So assets, like optimized 3D models, great textures, and this also a really great niche. So you offer like things, and you can also create these things in Unreal on some other 3D element packages, and just sell those assets on the marketplace. So basically, you are the store, and if you start developing assets and you put it in the marketplace, you can earn a lot of money doing that. So how to use 3D animation, creating, also you can create game trailers and cinematic intros for those same games. Like they give you the assets and you create those animations for them. Advertising gaming hardware like keyboard, headset, and monitors, of course, right? Showcasing in-game assets and gameplay machines. So there's a lot of room here, a lot of room. And the gaming industry is the most profitable industry until now. The most industry that's growing faster, even faster than cinema and entertainment, right? Okay, so some example of assets, right? Why mesh are important in games, and how you do accessories for the marketplace, how you create, intros for the game, right? So fashion and luxury goods. Example, of course, jewelry, high-end watches, designer bags, clothing, right? Self-explanatory. Again, it's not about how different it is to do it in 3D. It's about thinking that your niche, it has a different avatar, that you need to speak differently with them. So, and again, in the next video, I will show you exactly how to choose your niche. But it's important for you to understand it's not about the technical skill here. It's about understanding that you need to choose a niche to be more effective in your messaging. Okay, so how they use 3D animation, highlighted, integrating craftsmanship and material, right? Creating inspirational marketing content with luxury aesthetics, right? Virtual try-on experience for fashion product. That's also a super interesting interactive element that you can try on things before you buy. And that's a niche that is not a sub-niche inside, clothing. That is not so explored. So if you're expert at coding or you have knowledge with interactive things, go and see the market for that, because it's huge. And you can sell a product, a service, really expensive there, okay? Okay, so some example, of course, bags are always look good in 3D. Jewelry is always looking good in 3D. And because in 3D you can go zoom in too much, and it's more effective than photo because it's more production wise. It's more, it's less production, and it's more flexible, right? Okay, so industrial manufacturing, and this is also my niche. I love this niche. I love machines, and I love to do this. So machinery, tools, industrial robots. Yeah. So how they use 3D animation, demonstrating how machinery works. That some machinery is pretty complex, and with 3D you facilitate the work of explaining super complex things in just a couple seconds. Visualizing factory workflows and production processes. The how they work, like what they do. That's super hard to do with video or with all the material elements. 3D is amazing for this. Okay, highlighting innovation in the industrial technology. Again, the same thing, right? But for example, like this is my niche, and when I talk to the people that is a mining industry or machinery, they think different, like luxury. They think different than automotive. So that's the goal here. It's like, because I know the avatar, I need to see how they think to speak with them more efficient. Okay, so some examples, right? Yeah, I love machines. This is really cool. Okay, yeah. So Pharmaceutical and biotechnology, another one, right? If you have, you probably understand right now why it's important to speak in a different way, right? Examples: drug development, clinical research tools, biotechnology product. How they use 3D animation, explaining complex scientific process visually, highlighting products' effectiveness for B2B clients, and creating visual for investors, presentation, and conferences, right? So it's super, and it's a great niche actually. Okay, so if you start doing scientific things, it's pretty good. It's almost like luxury right now, and they pay really good because they have a lot of money. It's a really great industry. You can charge a lot for this. Sport and fitness, right? And also, choosing a niche is you need to choose the niche, and we'll explain it in the next video. But you need to choose a niche that also is your heart there. It's like it's something that you can speak every day. It's like something that is your passion too, because you need to understand that you need to attach to this niche for the rest of your career, or at least for a lot of years, to be really an expert for it. If you're all the way to sport and fitness, doing 3D for that will be so much fun for you. So that's just an example, right? Choose a niche with your passions too. Okay, so example, of course, sport equipment, fitness devices, apparel, right? How they use 3D animation, demonstrating product durability and functionality, creating dynamic visuals for energy field campaigns, highlighting features like ergonomic design or tech integration, right? It's self-explanatory. But if you mojo is a sport and gym, he's so much fun doing this. So software and technology platforms, that's almost like more abstract right now, right? I had 3 minutes. So SaaS platforms, mobile apps like cloud services and fintech tools. And this is more, 3D animation for abstract concept like software and all that. And also, this is a really, really great niche. And they have a lot of budget for these projects. So how do you use 3D animation? So explaining complex services visually, showcasing abstract concepts like data flow, cloud computing, integration using dynamic 3D animations, right? So brand campaigns, creating visually engaging, emotionally driven animation that tell a story about the brand of product experience, right? Almost like you see the last Airbnb campaign from Buck. Amazing, right? Product feature highlights, demonstrating user interface, right? Interaction and software capabilities in a polished, futuristic style. Conceptual storytelling, visualizing intangible ideas, right? Like security, collaboration, or innovation with abstract 3D forms and environments. And this is an amazing niche. This is also my niche. I use a lot of this one too. The machinery and these ones are my mojo. So, and this is so much fun because this is when Microsoft and all of these software and SaaS companies are here. This is a lot of room for also creativity and storytelling, right? So it's a wonderful niche. So those are the niches. You understand now why you need to choose a niche. In the next video, I will show you how to choose the niche regarding your passions and your thinking and your hobbies and everything. But that's some of the most profitable niche in 3D. And that's it. So see you in the next video. Take care.